I am live. I think that is lying. So, yeah, I've been still messing with this track. Think I'm about ready to throw some video on it. A lot of times this will sound different. Through speakers than it does through the headphones. Yeah, Camellia, I'm trying not to overcomplicate it. I got a good violin stroke in on it. And believe me, I didn't pull that long. I think I've been working on this one a little bit more than I usually had to work on them, but only got this in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tracks. Yeah. I was thinking about putting in some Sunshine vocals before I let it go. Ooh, I almost like wished I could put in some horn on it. On the keyboards. And I'm just goofing around. Can you believe? Hey, Minnie. Can you believe that goofing around on the keyboard the other day, or maybe it was today, when I was doing that stuff on the keyboard, the sample that came off the keyboard gave me a copyright strike. I'm like, what the hell? This is that song I've been working on, Minnie, for like 2 days, I guess. And it started out, I mean, I think I pretty much did this whole song on live in pieces. So, like, I think, like, took my pincher. Can I get a lot? I left my lighter outside. I know. Believe it or not, a bunch of people are like, wow, Polo must be smoking in his house. Sunshine does not let me smoke in the house, but the studio is connected to the house, and all my kids come out here and they're like, oh my God, gross. And I really should stop one of these days. I'll fucking see if I can remember how I did. Oh, yeah. That is messed up. Hey, must be getting out of it. Felt like someone was pulling on the head of the guitar. Let's see, who is it? Scotty B keeps on saying the new box I got was haunted and got me. I got taken indoors. I don't trust my neighbors. And that's the hell of this. Everybody's like, oh, you really need to go live and stuff. Hey, Mr. Smith, yeah, dude, long day, but I know it's a longer day over there. But that was like the riff that I came across there, the backbone of it. And then of course I came down here somewhere for that the solo. And I don't know, is that a solo? And I came in with the bass line that's hid deep in there. That's the and it just sounds like a joy box that's tripping. Yes. So, well, mini bots. What I wanted to do is at night I was me and Sunshine laying in bed. Sometimes we listen to like talk radio. You should like stream on Tuesday. I'm gonna do it. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna tell you. You know what the worst part of the America British Australia thing is? Right when Leela and Jade come on, I am actually and Mr. Smith. When Mr. Smith comes on, I'm driving home. When Jade comes on, I'm closing down the office. And when Leela is on, the shit is hitting the fan right before we close, right before I get in my car to go to the to come home. Let's see. So, Mr. Smith, are you going to be doing the banjo? I almost got a banjo the other day. It's on my to get list. I do not have that stringed instrument. Wow. Oh, that'd be cool. Got it. I'm gonna tell you what I've really been wanting is I've really been wanting. I showed Chris and them where I was bidding on a. It's that bass that Geddy Lee plays, but it was that brand, and it wasn't a lap guitar. It was a steel guitar, and it had pedals on it. And I really thought that'd be cool to get a steel guitar. I think if I rearrange, and I hate to say this, but I may have to store some guitars or something. But I want to get a small set in here, a small drum set, and I've been looking at the little Alesis digital set. Get a small drum set in here, but I think I could still fit in a small drum set. And I mean, we used to have a big drum set in here, but where all this is sitting in front of me, multiple monitors, projectors, and all this right here in front of me, that's where the drum set used to sit. And I have so many freaking amps and guitars that it's gotten out of control. But Minnie, yes, you can. I'll bring it with me. I would like to that reunion thing. Tell you what, when the reunion thing first came up, Valerie coming down, I was sitting pretty. I was like my life was going pretty good, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna plan this out and help. Get with Pookie and Avoid and Minnie and everybody. We'll plan this out and get on down here, and this will be really cool. And then the head gasket on my truck busted. And I'm like, okay. And I put some head gasket sealer in there. Thought, yeah, I got around that. And then right after I got the head gasket all sealed up, 3 months later, and as I'm still doing this, the fuel pump goes out on my spare car. And I mean, that's American problems right there. My fuel pump went out on my spare car, but Sunshine still has her car, and that's fine. But the fuel pump went out on the spare car at the same time that now the block cracked on my truck. So I'm having the engine rebuilt, and it's $5,000, and I'm like, yay, $5,000. And me and Sunshine was going to kind of cheat. Yeah. I mean, everybody's feeling that shit. And me and Sunshine was going to take a vacation when like Val came down, and we were going to like just kind of really live it up and stuff. And we went from having like an extra 5,000 to having an extra not 5,000, and that really sucked. And if the government doesn't find a reason to take all my money again this year, because they found some kind of crazy reason to take my money like year after year, they said they gave me a stimulus check. I didn't ask for a stimulus check. A stimulus check just came in the mail. Yay. Everybody was like, free money. And then at the end of the year, because we claimed such a low rate, we claimed like zero because we like to get money back at the end of the year. Yeah. They said, you know what? That stimulus check, it wasn't free, and you have to pay for it now. I was like, oh, okay, that's great. Because because we're like a lot of people. We're like stimulus check, and we're not at work for a little while. What? We're just gonna, you know, blow and go. And we were in Texas. Minnie knows all about this. The rest of the world was closed down. Here in Texas, we just went down to where we have our farm, and there was people like, "What's COVID? Yeah, y'all guys, why y'all got a mask on your face? Are y'all trying to rob us?" You know. See, when I was talking about treating it like a fundraiser for reunions in general, using the Texas one as a model for others in different regions. That would be cool. That would be cool. Because, like I said, I found that Airbnb, and it was good, but it's in Tyler, Texas. I will tell you that. And and at the time, before like my truck cracked a block, I was thinking, hey, you know what? $300 a night for 3 nights, big spender. Wee. And then like life happened. Every time I seem to start to get ahead, um, life kicks me in the balls. But I've had a tough run. You uh, I'm sure it's gonna get better here. So I just don't know. And another thing, Minnie, it's like also you want to try. I think if we do it on a weekend, hey Andy, I think if we did the reunion on a weekend, it wouldn't be so hard for people to align their days off. Because like a lot of people probably need a little bit of notice, like, hey, this is when and when and when. And many, because you're here in Texas, you know that it is burning hell in the summertime. But that Airbnb in Tyler was like I said, it was like $300 a night and had 8 beds. 8 beds. I mean, dude, I mean, that's cool. I mean, because like a lot of people could hang out there. Yeah, Mr. Smith, that would be pretty rough. I wished I hadn't spent all my I didn't spend them all. I just let believe it or not, I let probably 500,000 miles of American Airlines miles just go away. Cuz I used to travel the world all the time, and I gave away so many miles. And then it started getting to where they were like, okay, to transfer miles cost as much as the ticket. And I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. But I'm so glad I do not fly anymore. I can't stand it. I can barely stand to go to a restaurant and stay with like a bunch of kids and stuff. Like we're in a restaurant today, and this lady just let her kid go. I mean, all the way across the restaurant, come up to our table and just sit there and stare at us and bang on the table and stuff like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm just like, wow, wow. And luckily for me, this total crazy lady ran up to our table and was like, kid, get away from the table. That's not your parents. I'm like, what? I wanted to say, hey, lady, you're like being a little dangerous. But at the same time, I'm like, thanks. Uh, but it gets a little weird sometimes, man. We have Monday, and that's 3 nights. Friday to Monday. Yeah, I'm pretty lax, and Sunshine gets Mondays off, and I never take a day off, so my boss is pretty much cool if I say, "Hey, I'm taking a day off," because I don't think I've taken a vacation in like 3 or 4 years. So yeah, I'm good with it. But yeah, and the thing is, and Mr. Smith is talking about the reunion, but I think, you know, if you could get a something over in that area, that would be cool too. You know, like over in the UK or something, and Valerie over there, wee, like a world tour. But I'm kind of scared because I don't want to get too far into debauchery. I figure if everybody shows up and we're all partying and stuff, uh, we had this guy that we call Evil Pole Vault, and that's what happens when I get drunk. And it's um it's pole vault on about 10 or 11, and it's not like I get drunk or angry or mad, but I can talk people into doing pretty silly stuff that we all enjoy, and you'll remember it for the rest of your life and regret it for the rest of your life. Like, hey, I got an idea. Y'all already got to Texas. Let's go to Mexico. Yeah. No, no, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. What we're gonna do is we'll take Mr. Smith's ticket to get back. We'll just like cash that in. We'll take the money. We'll go to Louisiana. We'll gamble it. We'll gamble there, get some free drinks, and see the drinks will just pay for themselves because while we're gambling, we get free drinks. We'll go there with the money we get from Mr. Smith's ticket. We'll triple our money. Then we'll come back. We'll buy some more booze and then buy Mr. Smith a new ticket and he'll fly back. Everything will be cool. And we wake up the next morning and we're like in Arkansas. And Mr. Smith doesn't have a way to get back. that's that's an evil pole vault kind of dumb shit thing to do. Wow. So I usually have to get like a crew. Yeah. Yeah. I think I don't know about that. I can see him. I can see a void pouring some gas on the fire. Like, yeah, Povol, you can do it, man. You can do it. No, but yeah, you're right. You're right though. A void would be like, hey man, if y'all go to gamble, that might not be good because you could lose. Cause like evil evil Povol doesn't think about the consequences of stuff like, oh, we could go gamble the money and lose. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Boy, this thing's really gotten out of tune. There you are. That's why it wasn't sounding right earlier. Oh, I did bash it on the ground hard a while ago. Okay, it's in there. But it'd be like really, really cool. I mean, I'm down. Me and Sunshine, we're down for it. Um, I will definitely have to gear myself. Uh, my ticket plan sounds a little bit dodgy though. Yeah, but see, Mr. Smith, it doesn't even have to be your ticket. I'll do something bad to myself. I'll be like, hey, listen. There's a car lot down the street and or a pawn shop down the street. We'll take my car down there. It's not that I wouldn't go to the bank, it's that it's 3 o'clock in the morning and we can't get to said money. And my bank card has cut me off because we're trying to draw money out in downtown on a, you know, Saturday at 3 in the morning. But I don't want the party to stop. I don't know if anybody ever did anything like that, but I do things like that sometimes when I get drunk. And like I said, if you're with me drinking, it seems like a good idea at the time. But when you got big groups of people that are making bad judgment calls, yeah, it might be good to have a void there. We can all wear shock collars and avoid the button. NOLA, life never. I think it's that weather service, but I would have to go NOLA. Oh, New Orleans. Oh yeah. I've been to New Orleans um, on Bourbon Street a few times because we've done I don't know if people know what I do, but I do gaming events, and across from Bourbon Street there's a hotel that does big events. And I did I can say this now because they're out of business, but it was a video gaming circuit called Major League Gaming, and we used to go there and gamble at the casino across from the hotel next to Bourbon Street. I've seen some crazy stuff down there. I seen some crazy stuff. We were down there at Bourbon Street and we were getting some alligator. We were eating alligator. And this lady chased me and my crew. We're full grown men, you know. This lady chased me and my crew, and she worked at a bar called Hustlers. And she was clapping her butt at us while she was running backwards. Yeah. You know, there's some things you just don't forget. I mean, think about that. She was clapping her butt, running backwards at us. Well, many vibes, it would have been gross, but I think she was an entertainer. But I swear it just sounded like, and I was like, how is she doing that? And I don't really care. You know, I don't know. You know, I don't know. That was a little shocking. It was a little shocking. Oh, alligators are gross. Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about the lady chasing me, clapping her butt. Matter of fact, some of the guys I was with found it attractive, but I thought it was a little strange. No, alligator. Yeah, I'm totally over it. You know, there's a lot of things that people will eat, and it's edible. And I mean, I can eat alligator, but I mean, if I could eat a big steak or eat alligator, I would probably eat a big steak. And big steak would probably be cheaper than alligator. But I spent a lot of time in Louisiana, and alligator was high up on the list of things we ate. We ate squirrel. There's one of those butt slapping sounds like something from a cheap horror movie. It was crazy. It was crazy. And I'm not an expert on things like this because I try to be, pretty crazy and out there. But all the guys we were with was saying that she had a fake butt, and I was familiar with like fake boobs. I mean, but I was not fake. I was not familiar with. I was not familiar with butt clapping. Oh no, not butt clapping. Fake butts. They said she had a fake butt, which was kind of weird. And you know, I try not to be so old manish, but I'm like, she was went and paid for a fake butt. I mean, for half of that, she could have went to McDonald's and got a real one. Just saying. yeah, but I've been many vibes, and are you trying to say that there's oh you're saying they're clapping their butts at strip clubs? I'm just uh I'm just saying on the fake butts. Uh, I wasn't I and I will admit it did not look like it belonged on her too much. And I don't know. I think the fact that I may have been smoking cigars and the whiskey and just the humidity of the smell of Bourbon Street. Uh, yeah, yeah. I can't say the same, Mr. Smith. I actually, when I met Sunshine, I was living with two. Since we're calling them strip clubs, we'll say I was living with two strippers. Best roommates ever. Best roommates ever. Because I lived with like guys before and they would lose their job or something would happen. And I'd be like, hey, man, are you going to get a new job? Are you going to pay your part of the rent? And they'd be like, yeah, man. They'd be playing Nintendo. And the girls I lived with, they would be like, why are you stressing, man? I'd be like, it's rent day and you don't have the rent. And they'd be like, come up to the club and pick it up. And I'd go up to the club and they'd be like, okay, sit down, have a few drinks with my friends, and I'll be right back. And they'd go up and dance a few times and say, there's your rent and my rent. Now you going to quit stressing? I'd be like, wow. Sure wasn't like my roommate. What was that dude's name? Can't even remember his name now. Eric. Dude's name was Eric. God. He had more excuses for not having rent. But it was cool. It was a good time. But I did realize when I met Sunshine, it was time to settle down. It was time to settle down. I was thinking today, I really haven't played that song. Dun, 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 dun. Balls to the wall, man. It goes. Man, I used to play that song. Um, hmm. today in the stream, my daughter called while I was online, and I went and she got a guitar. I gave her a Jackson Dinky, and a pretty powerful little PV amp, little PV amp. Yeah, you would have to, Valerie, be the money lady. We could do one of those Ocean like 11 or 12s or something and get the money. I could dance for the money. A special meeting and pitch it to her with the folks we know are interested. Well, I think we could see who all is, close in the area also, and I mean, it doesn't really have to be Texas. And the thing is I think, Minnie, there's so many places here. I mean, she's looking for places that she can play a gig. There's just so many places here. That's not really even a freaking problem. Now, I did look at Deep Ellum, and that's just silly. Valerie playing Deep Ellum. Bands are paying to play down there now, which is just stupid. And there's so many cool places, especially like around here in Dallas, that are like like restaurant bars that are just freaking wide freaking open. You tell them like people are coming and we're going to video set event and stream it, they'll be like, oh hell yes, get in here now, please. You know how it is here in Texas. If you tell them, hey, we're going to stream an event and we're going to have some people show up and we're going to show up and drink and eat, they'll be more than glad to let you in. Boltonator is also pretty good at knowing a bunch of places he's really good at finding places to play, because I'm not even familiar with some of the places he knows, but they're more bars. I mean, and I would also think that I think the best thing to do is find out where we can all stay. And I would be like, everybody's like, stay at Povalt's house. You don't want to stay at Povalt's house. I don't want to stay at Povalt's house. I've got, as you can see, I got kids and grandkids that run through my house like a train station. They don't live here, but God, you would think they did. And then my dogs and cats are not very accepting. We'll be going out and we'll be getting an Uber back to Tyler. Well, no, what I'm saying is once we find, a place to stay, and I really think we should like really think it out, like where is a good place for everybody to stay. And me and Sunshine even floated the idea like we could camp out. I don't know. A bunch of people might not like that. Probably not. We because one time me and Sunshine, we did something kind of like this, but we just rented a campsite, and we were a lot younger, but we rented a campsite And that campsite, we didn't rent a campsite. We rented about 3 campsites, and we pitched tents all over the campsites. And I mean, that weekend was like freaking Woodstock down at that campground. It was crazy. It was cool, but we were young and didn't mind being hot and cold and dirty and everything. I don't think everybody would be cool with sleeping in tents and all that kind of stuff. So then you're thinking we're going to have to stay in a hotel and or motel that has to be inexpensive, but not so inexpensive that you get killed. Then find a venue close to said area. And I have talked to some people that have, but I just don't know. I've talked to some people that said they would be interested in hosting the event for a set amount of money, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. The thing is always yeah, but most of the campgrounds they did have a shower. It's just like I said, Mr. Smith, we were so young, and we were some of the good looking people that ran, and we jumped in the lake and swam around, and there was showers. Uh, and yeah. I mean, there's nice camping grounds around here. It's just, like I said, you know, uh, me and Sunshine, everybody's like, okay, well, we'll stay at your farm. Our farm consists of a pretty gigantic, it's big, but a big mobile home sitting in the middle of the woods. And by sitting in the middle of the woods, I mean, you don't want, if you're from the city, you probably don't want to go out in said woods without protection, or you could get eaten by a hog. And people are like, what? A pig? And they're thinking like, a pig is like Babe or something. The pigs out at my farm will eat you, eat you. And like people are like, oh, don't hurt the pigs. Just if you lay still, they won't bother you. If you lay still with these hogs, we call them hogs. If you lay still, they'll just eat you while you lay still. So yeah, that probably wouldn't be good. Galveston. Um, hmm Galveston's pretty cool, but I will tell you, especially out there by the jetties right now, that's going to be getting pretty full. Galveston is pretty cool. It's a little bit of a, it's like going Lord of the Flies all of a sudden. Oh, 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 okay. Hey, hey, I was brainstorming and stuff. It's like a tornado in my head. Hey, Hubs, we're talking about um doing something crazy. Galveston is pretty cool, Manny. No, I don't suggest Houston. No, I don't want to down on Houston, but my wife is from Houston. Sunshine is from Houston, and yeah, I have not seen the good side of Houston yet. Um, hmm, hmm, hmm. September, that would be cool. because yeah, the summer is hot as hell. What am I talking about? It's hot as hell here now. Um, I mean, spring is like 3 days. It's like winter, and then spring for 3 days. It's just hot. It's hot, Mr. Smith. It is hot. It is, and not just a little bit. We're talking about 110. Um, but we're used to it. But if you're from Colorado and you come to Texas in the summer, uh, yeah, Houston is mighty big. I am familiar with it. I am very familiar with it. You can cut, and especially in the summertime, you can cut the air with a knife. It is humid, humid, humid. The thing is if we were to go to um, Houston, man, we're so close to Galveston at that point. You may as well see the ocean. Um, it ain't the heat, it's the humidity. That phrase right there will start a fight in Texas. It's not the heat, it's the humidity. When people say that here in Texas, we're like, die. Well, it's a dry heat up here in Dallas, I will tell you that. And but I mean, that's the cool thing about Galveston. Even if it gets hot, the cool air coming off the coming off the ocean is really cool. Um, I like to. Um, what's really cool out there too, yeah, and they got good food in Galveston. They got good food, and I I don't know. I think we need to see when we can get there, and what the costs are, and and here's another thing: if we go there, um, should we stream when we get there? Hmm. Decisions. I might have to just take I get one of those shower curtains to wrap up and it just be like blur. Well, Austin though is the thing about Austin, Minnie, is dude, oh, that has gotten so expensive. Austin has gotten just so expensive. And I mean, it's just whew. We did an event down there not too long ago for an energy drink company, and I'm gonna tell you, it was just the hotel rooms were just ungodly. That is one cool thing about the Dallas area is Dallas can be a little expensive. Um, it's kind of cheap right next to the airport, but you can come out to like Richardson and and come out to like the outer areas of Dallas and the outer areas of Dallas and it gets a lot cheaper. Yeah, yeah, that would be cool. If you live stream a reunion, especially if you're trying to uh maybe one reunion could fuel the next reunion. You never know. I mean, if we got enough money to do the first reunion, then we could do like a telethon type thing at the first reunion that could possibly pay for the second reunion. How about those Dallas Stars? I like the Dallas Stars. But I don't watch a lot of sports because I do work in the sports industry, and so when you work in the sports industry, you just don't want to watch sports at all, ever at all. I've seen a lot of crazy things go on in sports behind the scenes. But yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool. Like I said, Manny, we could get fun, see how it goes, and then the next location would pay for the next location, pay for the next location. Just be a traveling band of hippies. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go totally tie dye for that. Um, hmm. We possibly could do a fundraiser type concert online previous to the first event. That would pay for the first event. Then the first event, do some kind of fundraiser for while we're at the first event to pay for the second event. And as long as we just broke even and got, yeah, see, we just, I'm gonna tell you, man, we just screw it all, screw Texas. We're going to use Castle. That would be so badass. We'd have to, uh, we'd have to give it, we'd have to give your castle some crazy name like Donington and stuff. That would be cool. God, that would be so cool. Does does anybody know anybody that has a castle in Texas? There's a castle in Arkansas. I don't think they would let us there though. Yeah, I'm going swimming in the moat. Yeah, yeah, we could have a pole vault the vote moat thing. A moat. Well, Minnie, it's definitely something we'll have to think about. I mean, it sounds good, and me and Sunshine's pretty down for it. We don't have lots of money. We but we can cover ourselves and try to. I mean, we would have had some money if my truck wouldn't have blown. I mean, and you see my elbows every time I put them up. I went under my truck trying to check the freeze plug, got transmission fluid on the ground and scruffed my elbows, and they are like never healing ever again. I know a guy with a beach house and a sailboat. Whoa. Mm, that'd be cool. Be like one of those MTV crib parties. Yeah. Well, if anybody comes up with any good ideas, I'm in. I'm in. It'll be fun. It'll be great. It'll be great. We could just stay at the Ant Motel, Ant Hotel. Look at that, Ant Hotel. Only thing is their rates are getting a little high. Um, I'll check again. I'll look. See, and that's the thing. Airbnb. And my boss is really good with setting up. What? What? Find stays under $99 a night and search. What the hell is that? Wow. Oh, I wish I could show this on the screen like I knew if I was in OBS, I'd know how to do it. There's actually, uh, whoa. There's a charming cabin, uh, near Deep Ellum and Fair Park with one double bed for $73 a night. How many people could we shove into a tiny home? What? What? Apartment in Dallas, Bardo Lofts. There's that's $87 a night. And Deep Ellum, that's close to a venue where you could play. Apartment in Dallas. So the Airbnbs are really cool. I really like this. There's a vintage Airstream near Deep Ellum, Dallas, Fair Park. Wow, that is really cool. Not that I would ever do anything like that, but the thing is yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I mean, we used to do this when we were young, but you get one of those places where they say, like, okay, only 2 people a night, and like 10 people sleep there. And the cops come and tell you to turn down the music, and they want to know who the owner is and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we can do this. We can do it. It's going to be fine. I just, like I said, my life just kicks into overdrive all at once. And then poof, everything will get boring for about. I really do pray for boring nowadays, but things can get boring sometimes for about 2 or 3 weeks. That'd be a good time to go. But 4-bedroom and or 8 to 10 beds. Yeah, I mean, and and me and Sunshine, we're super super duper duper chill. I mean, uh it's like, yeah, I was just supposed to say what Many Vibes was gonna say. Look, me and Sunshine, if the party's good, we'll just go out in our car, roll down the window, and kick back the seat and be like, ah, you know. It'd be cool not to do that though, but that's what I'm like Many Vibes. Me and Sunshine, we've been in trips where we pulled over to like rest stops and just like kicked back the seats and went to sleep for a little while, only to have someone knock on the window. Hey, what are you doing? I demand a bed for and shower for Pokey. Yep, yep. Like I said, we can look into it. You can. I've emailed Pokey and avoiding to talk to them about it. Think because Pookie would be coming in from Cali. She's, we got to be able to. It can't be anything like, okay, we're doing this next weekend, because like especially like Pookie and and people, they need a little bit of headway. Me and Sunshine are pretty flexible, but we had to kind of get a date set, and it'd be good. It'd be fine. But I'm just gonna have to go to bed because I got to get up in a few hours. And Mr. Smith, he said he was going to bed. I just curl up next to my drones. I know that feeling. I've gone to sleep in here and fell asleep on this keyboard. And I'm gonna tell you, this keyboard will leave squares on your face. I mean, it won't fold. It's just like crash. You get up and you have like squares all over your face. After summer, Many Vibes I think would be good after summer, but yet before Christmas. So it didn't get too far. And like I said, I'm a grandpa, so I'm just thinking financially. I don't want to do it so close to Christmas that it's a financial burden on Christmas. But early, late fall, something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, Mr. Smith. You know what? I'm going to end the stream for Mr. Smith so he can crash out. I'm gonna go crash out. I'm gonna go do my old deal. So everybody likes to laugh at this. So when I go to bed, I wake up sunshine. I'll be like, bam. And then I'll like lay down like I'm asleep, and she'll wake up and she'll be like, what? What the hell is that? What the hell? What happened? And I'll be like, oh my God, sunshine, you're waking me up. What are you doing? And she will actually think she did something. So hey, man, we can do this. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a party. I don't want to party too much. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night. Falcro is live. Falcro is live right now. I'm not trying to stream over anybody. If y'all go in there, tell him, damn it, I'm not. I'm just goofing around. I'm just goofing around. I'm not trying to stream over people. I just got up and didn't see anybody was streaming. I was like, I'm gonna go over here and do this song thing. And I didn't do that. So sorry, Falcro. And Falcro's my bud. I love the shit out of that man. Hey, y'all have a good night.